Hello, my name is Bartosz Kosiński, and I would like to invite you to our short webinar, which we would like to organize, which we are organizing within the Code Week Europe as part of the Gopro Initiative. My name is Bartosz Kosiński, and I would like to present you a few things about Unplugged methodology of teaching code. I will lead this webinar together with Jarosz. She will join me soon. And within this webinar, we would like to present you a few ideas how it is possible to teach basic of programming, basic of coding without using technology. At the beginning, before I start, I would like to inform you, probably you already know, me and Ula are not speaking English as our native tongue, so if at any moment we'll have problem to express ourselves, you will see that kind of icon. So believe us, we speak Polish a bit better than English, but we will try to keep you informed and well educated as much as is possible within our capabilities. Before we start, I would like you to say you a few words about Gopro Initiative. This is the project that we are leading now, and we are organizing this with a couple of partners. I believe that many of them are listening us right now. So Gopro Initiative is a project that we started in Poland in 2014 with the support of Ministry of the Administration and Digitalization. And our idea was to open non-formal education centers in public libraries. And in these public libraries, we have 20 partners in all around Poland. You can see on the map where we opened the first non-formal programming centers. We use Lego Mindstorms, we use applications, and we prepared librarians to teach basic of programming, to make them non-formal trainers, and afterwards they organize courses for young people, for youth, for teenagers within the libraries, and try to inspire them and help them understand the basic of programming. Afterwards, we start cooperation with the European Commission, and we were able, within Erasmus Plus program, to share this idea to other countries around the world, to Peru, to Kenya, to Thailand, to Spain, to Croatia, and we organized first international Gopro initiative when we used Lego Mindstorm and Scratch. And right now we're in the middle of our third main project. We invite another partners from Cambodia, from Vietnam, from India, from Greece, and together we are trying to share Polish ideas like Lofi robots, like Scotty Go, like Photon robots, and we are trying to help them understand how programming works and inspire them to lead also non-formal education trainers for youth in their countries, and they're allowed to use, they're inspired to use, they're encouraged to use Polish ideas which we developed in our country in order to help support trainers in teaching the basic of programming. So why we do it? As you probably know already now, to improve digital and soft skills. How we do it? By active education methods and worldwide collaboration. Who we are? We are the Gopro network. We are working now with support of the European Commission within Erasmus Plus initiative. When we do it, we are trying to do it all the time with different small and bigger projects. One of these projects is Code Week Europe, this webinar. So I hope that within the next 2 hours we will be able to inspire you to use some fun great and simple ideas, how we are able to teach basic of programming, even if we don't have or don't want to have any connection with computer and technology at the moment. So this short introduction was from me, and in a few seconds we will start presenting our ideas. We have 10 different exercises. We will try to explain it to you, and hopefully you will find it interesting, and we would like you to be enthusiastic about using also that kind of methods to use the basic of programming. Thank you, and in a few seconds you will hear about the first exercise from Ula.
Hello, my name is Ula, and I want to share with you some idea about design thinking, about logical thinking. So how we can teach our children to develop this kind of knowledge. Okay, let's start. I will show you. No, that wasn't it. I will show you the picture. Maybe I will show you, and I will explain what you are seeing. Okay. Now you see 9 figurine. This is a Lego figurine, small people, and I want to ask you to solve the puzzle with me. I will give you some instructions and tell you who is standing where, who is wearing what kind of things, and we will see if you can guess who is who. Okay, so let's start. In the middle of the picture is standing Daphne. Okay, Harry has a black hair. Sylvia has green pants. Alan and Ben love to eat ice cream. Eric likes surfing. Ben has 2 neighbors, but they aren't Alan or Eric. Eliza is standing above Alan. And Franz is standing below Helena, who is texting right now. Okay, I will repeat this once again. If you don't have paper or pen, this is a great moment to grab one. And I will tell it once more. Okay, let's start. Daphne is standing in the middle. Harry has a black hair. Sylvia has green pants. Alan and Ben love to eat ice cream. Eric likes surfing. Ben has 2 neighbors, but they aren't Alan or Eric. And Eliza is standing above Alan. And the last, Franz, is standing below Helena, who is texting right now. Okay, I hope you can solve this puzzle. It wasn't very complicated, but it shows how important is communication, how we have to pay attention to the small details. For example, the 2 people have ice creams. So we know that one of them is Alan and the second is Ben. Okay, I will reveal the names. This is Sylvia. This is Ben. Here is Helena. This is Franz. Daphne. Eliza. Alan. Harry. And Eric. I hope you guess all of them. Okay, this is all for now. Bartosz, this is your turn.
Hello, I'm back again, and I would like to show you now a simple idea how you can prepare people, how you can inspire people to learn to understand how programming work. And I have also, I don't have Lego bricks with me, but I have a cooking book. This is an example of a book with list of recipes for different meals. And I prepared this book because this is one of the easiest and most inspiring way how you can explain most important words, most important terminology in coding. I will share you now PowerPoint presentation, and in this PowerPoint presentation you can see now recipe instruction how to prepare simple meal. And on the right side, you have a few crucial terminology connected with programming, and we will try to connect this instruction with terminology. So to prepare this meal, you had to use various kinds of ingredients. You can see chicken wings, garlic powder, paprika, and so on and so on. And program works in a very simple fashion, but instead of ingredients, you have different kind of variables. I will try to connect them right now. So variables in a program are elements, are information, data that you will use within the program in order to achieve your goal. Usually you have three basic types of variables. You have numeric variables, which have different kind of numbers. You have text variables, and you have something called Boolean variables. Boolean variable can consist only of two options, true or false. So you use these variables within the program to achieve your goal in the same fashion that you use your ingredients in order to finish your meal. And afterwards, you have directions, information, step by step, what you should do in a specific order in order to achieve your goal. In cooking, in order to cook something, chicken, spaghetti, and so on. So within the program, you have all kinds of operations which allows you step by step to achieve the goal of the program that you are preparing. And in cooking, it's very important to do things in a specific order, step by step. From the first part, when you prepare, for example, vegetables, cut them, mix them, then you can add some spices, put it in oven. So you have to, in order to achieve your goal, you have to remember to do specific things, very concrete things in specific order. And computer program works exactly the same. You have set of operations, set of instructions that you will have to do and prepare in very specific order to finish with intended purpose. And there are three other terminology that we have here. We have iteration lab, and iteration lab. It's it's a way within the program to repeat some instructions, a set of instruction for a specific number of time. So you can see here, line 2 medium baking sheets with aluminum foil, and do a few things with every of this baking sheet. You have to repeat exactly the same set of instruction. So Iteration Lab allows you to, or inspires you to repeat some of the things without writing all the time step by step what you have to do, but you just prepare one set of instruction and then repeat it 2, 3, 4, 5 times until you prepare all of the parts of the meal that you need. So this is Iteration Lab, but we also have conditional lab. So, for example, the conditional we have here, we have to boil something. We have to boil sauce until it's high, or we have to mix some spices together with milk, for example, to prepare sauce or other elements of our meal. So, for example, we need to boil water, but we doesn't have to necessarily write that we have to boil it for 10 minutes. We can write that we have to we have to heat water until it's boiled, or we have to heat broiler until it's high. So there is one specific condition which we have to achieve in order to end this loop. So this is another important element of algorithm. It is called conditional loop. So we are repeating something, or we are doing something as long as we achieve some condition. For example, until we boil water, or until the boiler is high. And all of these elements here are components. So the first component is connected with preparing the first part of the meal. The other component, for example, is connected with making the sauce. So generally, the modern methodology in programming force you or encourage you to divide program into smaller elements called components, and these components are working together in order to achieve a specific goal. So for example, if you are looking at a coffee machine, you have different buttons which allows you to create cappuccino, macchiato, cafe latte, flat white, each of this button allows you to prepare different kind of coffee. So we can say that with every button on a coffee machine, you have one component of program connected with it, and which allows you to start various kinds of instructions. So this is one of the fun ideas how you can try to explain how computer programs work. Back to you, Ula.
Okay, hello, welcome back. The second activity that I want to show you is called fax. I hope you know this kind of machine. This machine took picture of the paper from one side of the line, a telephone line, and send it to the other. And this activity show how computer can do it. How computer works only with numbers. So how can computer store the picture only with numbers? Okay. Give me a moment. Okay, I show you now the graph and some magical numbers. I'd like to give you a link on chat. I will send it to you now. If you want to enjoy to this activity and do it with me, so you can. Maybe I will show you first how to do this. This is Geniali sheet. Here are arrows. You can go between the slides with an arrow. And on this arrow, you can see exactly the same mesh like I have here, and the same numbers. And you have black squares that you can drag along and put on that mesh in the right order. The order is coded within these numbers. Okay, so let's do it. I changed my seat. Okay, first we have to know how computer do this. To code the picture which is only white or black, so the smallest area of this mesh is called pixel. I think this is you are familiar with this name. Pixel is the smallest piece of every picture. So we've got only two kinds of pixels, white or black. When we have white pixel, we don't do anything. When we have a black pixel, we took a black square and put it in the right place. Okay, so how can we encode these numbers? Computer always will start with white pixel. So if we have 1, that means that this pixel will be white, and it's only one white pixel. The second number is 3, so we have 3 black squares, and we have 1 white pixel. This is always in this sequence. So white, black, white, black, white, black. Okay, so let's try another line. We have 0 here. The 0 is first. Now, what does it mean? It can mean only this, that there are no white pixels in the beginning of that line. So we will start with the black square. How many black squares? Only 1, because we have 1 here. Next number is 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 white pixels. We will leave it alone. And on the end, we have 1 black pixel. Okay, we're doing great. The next, we have 4 white pixels. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 black pixel. Next line, 3 white pixels. 1, 2, 3. 1 black pixel and 1 white pixel. Okay. The next row, we have 2 white pixels, 1 black pixel, and 2 white pixels. I think you've got it, how we can do this. And in this line, we only have 0. That means that we don't have any pixels in here. Or we can another way to present it. It will be 5, because the first number is the number of white squares. But if we've got 0, this is just the same coding, that we don't have anything in this line. And the last line, we've got 2 white pixels, 1 black pixel, and 2 white pixels. So how we can see, we just now create this beautiful picture. Okay. what we can do if we want to have a color picture. If we want to have a color picture, we have to code the color as well. And computer will do this like this. The first number, it will be a number how many pixels in a row, and the second is what color. So we here have this code. 0 is blank. You cannot drag the blank pixel. We just leave it alone. And the other colors you can drag and do it with me. Okay. So let's try to do the bigger thing. Okay, I will clean up these blacks, get the bigger mesh. Okay, I hope that you will see it all. Oh, maybe it will be good. And here are the numbers. Okay, the 0 is white pixel. The 1 is black pixel. 2 is violet pixel. 3 is yellow pixel. 4 is code for orange pixel. 5 for red pixel. 6 for blue pixel, and 7 for green pixel. So let's try to uncode our message. We have quantum of 3, so 1, 2, 3, and the color code is 0. That means that we leave it blank, it will be white. Okay, the second is 1 pixel in the third color. The third color is yellow. So I will put yellow here. And there we have 3 pixel in white color. Okay, so we leave it alone. In the second row, we have 2 blank pixel and then 3 yellow pixel. 1, 2, and 3. Of course, you can use pencils or I don't know, maybe some blocks. Not exactly. You have to use this paper squares. Okay, and then we have 2 blank pixels. Next row, 3 blank, 1, 2, 3. 1 with code 7. 7 is green. And 3 blank. Okay, the next row we have 2 white pixels and 3 pixels with code 7. Okay, the next row looks exactly the same. So we have 2 blank pixels and 3 green pixels. Next row, we have only 1 white pixel and 5 green pixels. I am doing it upside down. So, okay, that's great. The next row, we have 1 white and another 5 greens. It's kind of messy. Okay, it looks good. Next line, we have 0 of 0. That means that we don't have any white pixels. And 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of 7. Okay, this is where I want to stop. We don't have to code this. We can, but we don't have to, because this is not only two color. We have color coded as well. When we had only white and black, we have to start from white. So we had to give a 0 here if we won't start with a black pixel. But here we don't have to do this because the color is coded as well. Okay, and once more, I hope you can see it. Yes. And the last, we have 3 white pixels, okay, 1 pixel with code 4, and the 4 is orange, and 3 pixels white. Okay, that's great. This is our picture. This is what computer will do if it will get this kind of code. Okay, that's all, I think. Bartosz, do you have any questions? Oh, I haven't asked if you have any question about this activity. Okay, there are no questions. So, Bartosz, it's your turn.
Hello, it's me again, and during the next exercise, I will try to show you how machine is working, how machine thinks. And the exercise is called the binary calculator, and generally this is the exercise that will allow you to understand and learn how to translate numbers written in our decimal system into the binary system. The binary code consists of 2 basic elements: 0, which is similar to state when electric device is not working, and 1, which consists of situation where system is working. So generally all technology, all electronic devices, electronic components in their basic form thinks or work based on this binary system, which is consisting of 2 states: 1, 0, working, not working, true or false. So binary system is a mathematical method of computer thinking, and now I will try to show you a group exercise which would allow you to simply teach children and youth how to change decimal number into binary one. So on the presentation you can see 6 t-shirts, and on every t-shirt you have 1 number: 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. This number represents the value of number in binary system in a specific line. So in order to prepare this exercise, you will have to separate children into few groups. If you have, for example, 16 participants or 12 participants, you can divide them into 2, 3, or even more groups. And in each group, people will have to stand in line, and you will have to prepare paper sheets with the number that you have now on this presentation. So the first person in line will have number 1 on their t-shirts taped to it, then 2, 4, 8, 16, and so on. And how the exercise work. First, you will have to give the group a number which they will have to decode. And their task is to think how they will be able to create number 5, for example, using the numbers that they have on their sheet. So they can try. This person can move forward, this can move forward, but together it will be not 5 but 6. So this person will have to go back, and this one will have to move forward in order to create number 5 by adding 1 and 4. And when they create it properly, when they move forward with the numbers that add to the numbers that we desired in this round, then this is the part when we can decode number 5 into the binary code by counting from back. So this person is standing still. This person didn't move forward, so it will be 0. This one, 0 as well. This one, 0 as well. This person moved forward, so here we will write 1. This person remained on the back, so it's 0, and this person moved forward, so it's 1. So number 5 in binary code is 101. Let's try another number, maybe a bit more difficult. Let's say, let's try to decode number 25. Okay, so let's see. If this person move forward, we'll have 16. And to create a number 25, let's try this one. So together we will have 24. So the last person who will have to move forward will be this one. And this way, together, we have 3 persons moving forward, and together they create number 25. So how this number will work on binary codes, on binary system. So it will be 0 again, then 1, 1, 0, 0, and 1. So number 25 in binary code is 11001. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's say 50. So people will have to stay again in one line. And let's see. First, this person can move forward. It will be 35. If this person will move forward, we will achieve number 48. So the last person who will have to move will be the second one over here. And this way we'll receive number 50. So how to write number 50 in binary code? Let's start again from the biggest number. So it will be 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. So this is my idea how to teach youth how to convert numbers from decimal system to binary code in a fun way as kind of energizer. And if you decide to do it in groups, for 2, 3, 4 groups, then you can make it into a competition. So the first group who will prepare the proper answer will receive a point. And then you can also inspire them to quickly calculate and quickly communicate the numbers by applying a gamification method. You can also make it a bit harder if you want them to learn to communicate in a non-formal fashion or to make it more fun, more challenging for them. You can create additional task or additional variables configuration for this exercise. For example, you can say that it's not possible to communicate by words on acoustic level. They can only communicate by using their hands, non-formal methods of communication, and this way it will be a bit more difficult for them. So That was this short introduction from my side, and in a few seconds Ula will present another exercise.
Okay, hello again. Another exercise is called 20 question or 20 guess. In this exercise, we will explore numbers greater than, less than, the range of numbers, so children can know this. Children can know this terminology. This exercise is or activity, maybe is the better name, is appropriate for age 10 and up. How does it go? We choose one child from the whole group and ask her to pick a number between 1 and 100. So the child pick this number, for example 42. And then the other children have to ask questions, but the question have to be asked that way that they can provide only yes or no answer, no other answer. So we could ask if this number is odd, or is this number is even, is this number is greater than 5, is this number is less than 50, or is this number is equal to. In the first round of this activity, children will ask question: is this number is 5, is this number is 8, or is this number is equal 25? But we have to do this a few times, so not only one time, but few times we have to run this activity. And then we have to talk to children. What did they observe? What happened in this in this exercise? What strategies that they use? Which were the best one? Is asking about do number is equal 25 a good kind of information? We only know that this number is equal or not, nothing else. But when we ask question, is this number greater than 50, then we know in which range this number is in. So the possibilities we cut in half, just in half. So the children will know from this how to pick a strategy. Our goal is to count in every round of activity, to count how many attempts it gets to guess the number, and then we can tell children that it takes just 7 guesses to find a number between 1 and 100 if we half the range each time. So if we cut it in half on each time, for example, we can ask, we remember we have 42, so we can ask, is it less than 50? Child will tell us yes. Is it less than 25? The answer is no. Is it less than 27? The answer is no. Is it less than 42? The answer is yes. Is it less than 40? No. Is it less than 41? No. So it must be 42. The interesting thing is that if we increase the range of numbers from 100 to 1000, it will only take 3 more questions, not 10 times more. Only 3 more questions we will have to add. Okay, I want to show you something, because this is interesting, because we can show children how to create. Okay, you have to see it. How to create the. Oh, I forgot. Decision tree. Okay. Thank you, Bartosz. I forgot the name. Okay. I will get. Good. So now we have a question. We have a number from 1 to 7. And we want to know which number is it. So we can create a decision tree, get exact middle of this range. So it's 4. X is greater or equal 4. If the answer is no, that we know that the range is from 1 to 3. So we get the middle of it, and we ask if x is greater or equal to. If no, that we know that we only have from 1 to 2. So we ask if x is greater or equal 1. If yes, here we know we will ask if x is greater or equal to 3. If yes, no, we have on this side, we have no. If no, we know that x have to be equal 3. No, 2. Oh, sorry. And if yes, we know that x. No, I mess it up. Let me do this again. Okay, I will do it again. No. Okay. 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 So once more, we have from 1 to 7. From 0 to 7. Sorry, from 0 to 7. So we ask if x is greater or equal to 4. If no, we will choose the middle of this. So we will take from 0 to 3, and there we have 2. Okay. Then we ask if x is greater or equal to. If no, we ask if x is greater or equal 1. If no, that we are sure that x is equal 0. If in this decision point we will pick answer yes, that means that x have to be equal 1. In this branch of the decision tree, if we pick yes, that means that our number is greater or equal to. So we will ask if this number is greater or equal 3. This here we have no. That means that our x have to be equal to, and we answer yes. This means that this number have to be equal 3. And on the second branch, the big branch, we choose from 4 to 7. So we will pick 5 if x is greater or equal 5. If we say no, then we will check if if our x is greater or equal. No, sorry, we have 6 here. Okay, if no, we will check 5. If yes, then our x have to be equal 4. But if no, x will be equal 5. And the last branch of our tree, so I write what I say. Yes. Okay. So if we will say yes for this question, x is greater or equal 6, we will have to find out is x is greater or equal 7. If no, that we have certain that x is equal 6, and if no, that our x is equal 7. Oh my god. Is the whole decision tree. And I want to talk about representation of this kind of information. So if we want to use binary to write down this information, we can do it, because no is always represent 0 and yes is always represent 1. So if our x is equal 3, so binary representation of this information will be, I will change a color, okay, will be that we have to go this on this branch, this, and this. So we will have the first we will write 0. Maybe I will change the color again. The first we will write 0. The second we took yes, so we will write 1. On the third we said yes, so we get another 1. So this is a binary representation of this road. We can do it as many times as we want. As for this tree, 8 times, because we start from 0 and end up with 7. That give us 8 opportunities. But I think that this is it. Camila give a comment that this exercise is very useful. Thank you. Wycliffe said interesting. Okay. Thank you very much for your comments. Okay, I will back to Bartosz now.
Hello again. Ula showed you a great exercise which allows you to understand and prepare some more understanding for condition and binary transition. Right now, I would like to show you moving exercise, which will help children to understand another important part of programming, that is loop. As I said during explanation of one of previous exercise, iteration loop is kind of loop which is used within the program to repeat a sequence of code few times, a specific number of times. And dancing and creating a choreography for dances may be a great way to help children understand how loop can work. As you can see in this presentation, we have some dancing moves, some basic ones. We can create as much as we want, and generally the preparation of dance will consist of preparing cards, papers with people doing different dancing moves. They can also jump, they can move their hands, their legs, they can turn around, and we have to prepare some papers with this different dancing positions and additional papers with numbers like 2, 3, 4, and 5. And during the preparation, we are supposed to start with number block, or if we want to do a specific sequence just once, then don't use the number block, but just starting with dancing moves. So we can, for example, I will copy that, start with that kind of move, and then 2 times turn left, and then turn right, and then again we can start with something like this. And at the end, we can again 4 times turn left and turn right. If we wouldn't use this number block, that means that we would have to repeat this sequence 2 times. If we don't use this block here, we'll have to repeat this sequence, not 2, but this time 4 times. And if we have longer loop, like 5, 6 iterations, then this sequence would become longer and longer. So this is the idea of adding loops into the coding. So we don't have to repeat this whole sequence many times, but instead we just we start loop here with number 4, here we start loop with number 2, and that way we can create simple programming code. But there is also another idea how we can prepare, how we can use this dancing method to teach basic terms in coding. We can also create something called function. So let's say I will change now the color of this shape to orange, and I call this one function number 1. So this will be my function number 1, and let's say that this I will create additional function number 2, and function number 2 I will also use orange. If I found, okay, here I think I will find the same color. Okay, so let's say that function number 2 will be this 3 elements. Okay, function number 1, function number 2. So right now, if I want to create similar instruction, I will use not the blocks, but just put here function, and here I will repeat iteration loop, so it will be it will be with number 2. So I will start with this 3 dancing move. Then I will repeat 2 times function number 1. That means that I will go left, go right 2 times. Then we have these elements here. So instead of putting this interaction into the main sequence, I just use function number 2. And then here I used 4 times left and right. So instead of this part, I will just copy these blocks. So this I will go again to function number 1, but I will repeat it 4 times this way. So each time I have function here, I will have to see how the function works. So here people will have to go left, go right, and it will be repeated 2 times. So as you can see, we can use this dancing method not only to help create choreography, but also to inform children how loops and also how functions within the programming can work, and we can do it in quite a fun way, especially if we put good music in the background. That was from me. Now I will give voice to Ula again.
Okay. Hello. Now I want to show you an exercise. Bartosz will help me with this a little bit, but first I will show you what I have here. I have here a box of blocks and some cards. On these cards we have many figures built with the blocks in the box. This is rhyme. Pretty good. Okay, what we can do with these blocks? The exercise take place in pairs. So from the whole group, we took pairs of children. One of them get, for example, this card, and the second get the box. Children sit on the floor to their backs. They're back to each other. Oh, okay. Bartosz, we speak Polish better. put some icon. Great. Okay, so children sit the back to each other, and one give a specific instruction how to build this figure, and the second use blocks to build it. And they cannot look, they cannot pick, and at the end we will see what we get. So I will ask Bartosz to help me with this exercise.
Okay, I will try.
Okay, I will put my second camera and change seat. Okay, I won't pick, so you can tell me what I have to build. Give me your instruction.
Okay, so Ula sent me a picture before the workshop. I have it right in front of me, and I can see on the bottom there is one red brick, the longer one. And it is connected on the same level with a smaller yellow brick. And the yellow, yes, both are on the same level. And then we have to move to the second level, and we have green brick, the longer one, with yes, and it is you have to put it to the right side to cover the whole yellow one and half of the red one. Okay. Yes, yes. And then on the middle, exactly on the middle, you have short, smaller blue one. Okay,
in the middle of the green one.
No, on the left, on the middle of the whole 6. Yes, okay, like that.
Okay.
And on top of it, there is another blue, another small blue on exactly the same position.
Okay.
Okay. So now, yeah, we have there. Now we have the yellow one, the longer one, also exactly in the middle. In the middle of, oh yes, like that. Okay, and now we will need green and blue, the longer ones, green and blue, and we had to put them in on the line, the green on the left and the blue on the right side, in exactly symmetric way. Yes, like this, and the blue on the right. Okay, now short yellow one, short yellow brick. Yes, exactly in the middle of the whole structure. Yes. And final one, blue, longer blue one. Yes, exactly on the middle as well, on top of the yellow one. Yeah, and
Okay.
that's it.
This is the build. It's good.
Yes, it's good. I can try to share my screen now to show you how the pictures work at the beginning. Yes, it was like this. So yes, I see that the pictures is exactly the same as the structure.
Okay, right. I will put it maybe this way. Oh no, not this way. I'm no, upside down. so this is difficult. Okay, Bartek, can we try again? But this time you cannot pick on the screen.
Yes.
Okay, can you do this?
Yes, sure. I will take my eyes away from the screen.
Okay.
Okay. I will try not to peek. Okay, so now I'm looking on the second screen. I can maybe the shape is a bit. It looks a bit like a snake. So it will be go from left to right like a serpent, like a snake.
Okay.
So we will use only green and yellow bricks this time. So when I say longer big brick, it means that there will be brick with the size 2 with the 4 4, I don't know, this small buttons with 4 buttons. Okay. And the small one will be just with 2 buttons. So we will start with green one, the longer one with 4 buttons. Mm-hmm. And now we go to the second level, and we will need the yellow one. And the yellow one would have to go on the right side of the green brick. So there should be 2 empty buttons, and then on the next 2, there should be a yellow brick. Do you have it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let's move to the third level. And on the third level, we'll have to put long green brick on exactly the same way position that was on the first level.
Okay.
Fourth level, another short yellow brick, which we'll have to put exactly on the opposite position than before. So on the second level, we had it to the right side. Now we have to put it to the left side.
Okay.
Okay, let's move to the fifth level. On the fifth level, we have again green brick, the long one, which we have to put in the exactly same position it was put on the first and third level.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay, again, short yellow brick, which you have to put on exact the same position as on second level.
As on second, okay.
Okay.
I got
And
it.
the final level, long yellow brick, which you will have to put on the same position as on the first, third, and fifth level.
Okay.
So the same position as the green, but this time we have the yellow one.
Okay.
And we're there.
Oh, that's all.
That's all. Okay. I think we've got it. Just give me a second and I will share my screen. Okay. So we have, I think that it looks, exactly the same.
Yes, it's exactly the same. Okay, on the second level, you told yellow brick, but you don't say if it long or short. So I put a long one. But then you said that the two should stay clean without the block. So I took the shorter one. So this was a little bit misunderstanding. Bartosz, it is easy to give the comments like this?
Well, generally, it is challenging. Right here, we had quite simple construction, so
Yes.
it was much easier. If, for example, I would have to explain to you the previous construction, which was a bit more difficult, then I believe it would be much harder. So this is actually this exercise we can adjust. Level of this exercise by giving more and more difficult construction, and it can be very difficult at some point. Right here, it was also similar to the serpent, so I think it was a bit easier to explain it because it has a shape that we can connect with something. But if the shape would be more innovative, then probably we would have much bigger problem to deal with that.
Yes, you give me that information that it looked like a serpent, like a snake. So it was a bit easier for me to adjust the block in the right order. But this exercise show how the instruction have to be specific. So we have to be very careful with what we are with instructions that we are giving. I have some cards here. They are from internet. I didn't do it myself, but you can see much complicated figures that we can build from these blocks. You can use anything you have to do this exercise. It also is icebreaker in the groups that don't know each other as well. So let me change the seat again. Okay, I'm with you. So it's how this exercise is connected with programming. First of all, it's icebreaker for our groups to meet each other, to work to collaborate with each other. In programming, we have instructions and we have to do exact things. This is some kind of programming. The one Bartosz was a programmer and I was a robot. So I had to do exactly what he told me to do. So this is also this is also a kind of program. Okay, do you have any question about this exercise? Okay, no questions, Bartosz. The floor is yours.
Hello again, and right now I would like to show you a very simple but fun exercise when we can create, especially with younger children, their first programs using just papers and arrows. Draw on a smaller piece of papers or cut from the bigger one. At the end of the session, on the comments on the description below it, you will find additional web pages when you would be able, for example, to download the templates like that. So you don't have to prepare it yourself, but we will show you the internet resources when you will be able to find them, like, for example, code.org or gopro.edu.pl or eu.com if you want English versions. So how the treasure hunt game works. It's a simple game with just papers. When you have this furry little thing, and you had to program this small creature to help this find the treasure. And you can do it by choosing the proper arrow and then put it or glue it on a specific pace on your programming compiler. This time we have analog compiler. It's not computer software, it's not computer program, it's just a paper with some drawings written or printed on them. So with that, this small beast will go one step to the right and find the treasure. But this challenge can be and should be a bit more difficult with every step. So if we move to the next slide, we can see that the construction here is a bit more challenging. This block is black, so we cannot go through it. So if I put down arrow here, that means that I will go to a hole or I will smash to the wall. Generally, I won't be able to move further. So I will have to go first one step to the right. I will be over here, and then I will be able to go down to receive the treasure. So that would be a bit more complicated, but still quite simple program. And if we could go one step further, you can see that here we have even more challenging exercise with one black. On the previous two examples, we were collecting money. Now we will collect a flower. So we cannot go through this black one. So if I try to do it like this and like that, it won't be possible. Why? Because I will go one up, and at this time it's still okay, but I won't be able to go to the right and to the right because I would have to go and smash the wall. So solution. What will be the good one? I will have to move one step right. I will be over here. Then again, one step right. I will be standing over here. And at the end, I will have to use the arrow pointed up. So I will be able to collect the flowers. It is possible to create that kind of maps ourselves. As you can see, they're quite similar to each other. They consist of just a few basic elements. So we can actually just draw them on a piece of paper. We can find them on different online resources. I already told you about code.org, but there is also a webpage, GoproEU.com, which we'll share with you on the description of the movie on YouTube, as I said before. So generally, you will be able to find a lot of ready prepared materials like this, but it is actually quite simple also to prepare it yourself, and you can create more and more difficult tasks with here you had only 1, 2, and 3 steps that you had to do, but it's possible to make a bit bigger map and allow children to examine different ways, different solution. Because on this small maps, there was actually only one good answer, because I had a limitation in number of steps, and I have only one way to achieve my goal. But it's also possible, if you create bigger map, to allow children to think about different solution, different way, and find the quicker one, the simplest one, the most efficient one. And you can create that kind of maps, share it between a few groups, and make also a small competition to inspire children, encourage them, empower them to find the quickest road, and then the group which will have most efficient solution will be the winner of the round. So they will also try not only to solve the puzzle, but also to do it in most innovative, creative, inspiring way. So this is the game which we were called Treasure Hunt, and I'm again giving the floor to Urszula.
Okay, thank you. The name of the exercise was incorrect, but that thank you very much. Okay. Now I want to show you a coding map. This is something that we bound with this what Bartosz told just a few seconds before. So with this happy maps, we can use it to many exercise. I want to share you a link because we will do it of course unplugged, but for this event you can also do this with me using the internet version of this mat. Okay, let me share a screen with you. Okay. Okay, that was a bit challenging. How does it work? We have this only in Polish language, but this is very intuitive, so I don't think that anyone will have a problem with that. Here are categories. If we click on the category, we will see what it contains. This one have color squares, just like we used in our fax activity. The second one is a circle. We can take it, choose it, and put it on mat. Okay, the second click is removing the object. We have also numbers with colors, and this what we can use in this what Bartosz told us, so programming on the mat. We have an arrows. We also have some kind of elements. For example, we can choose blocks and I don't know, maybe teddy bear, and put it on the mat, coding mat. And for example, we put start here and stop here, and instruction is to go from start to stop but we have to get a teddy bear and the blocks with us. So we have to collect these two items on our way from the start to stop block. This is one of the possibilities. The second possibility is to put here elements that we cannot go through, just like Bartosz showed it. For example, the black squares, and we have to program our way in this in this kind that we cannot go on the black squares. Okay. If you you can use this also as Sudoku. Oh, this is a second mat. We can use it as Sudoku. You can put a number in here and play along with children with Sudoku. Okay. We can also teach children how to build symmetry pictures. So we can put some kind of figure here. Okay, and ask children to do exact symmetrical copy of this side of a picture. We can also do this in groups. That we don't have to make it only one-on-one, but this is this can be group exercise. Okay, you can see that here we have the coordinates on the map, and this is something that I want to use now with you to show you how we can code pictures just in that map. So I will do it here physically, and you, if you want, can do it on this virtual version of the map. Okay, I will stop my screen. Okay, I will say instruction. Okay, now maybe about this mat. This is a simple mat from 1 to 10, but we also have another version of this map. For example, you saw that in fax exercise, and the second bigger, maybe not biggest, but bigger, this one. And we also have smaller, like this. This is good for young children and for activities for one, just for one, or in pair. This is the version that we can or buy or do make ourselves. For example, we can take a tape and put it on the ground and try to redo this kind of map. We can also get a square, I don't know, maybe from the paper like this, cut it like a square and glue it to each other to have the biggest mat. This kind of mat, I mean big mat, help you to code when the children is our pawn. to move on the mat. Okay, let's start our activity. I will tell you the color. The color is green, and I will dictate positions on our map. Okay. First of all, we have to get a green blocks, and we will put it on A1, 1B, or maybe I will do it just this, 1C, 1D. It's okay, or I'm going too fast? Okay, I think it's okay. No comments about this. 1D, and then we have 2A, 2B, 2H, 3A, 3I, okay, and 3J. Okay, and then we have 4A, 4J, 5A, 5J, 6A, 6J, 7A, sorry, 8A, 8J, 9A, 9J, 10A, 10B, 10I, and 10J. And that was the color green. Then we have a red, and the red we have 7E, and 7F. Okay, the next one, you have on the mat you have this color. This is a color of the face, but I don't have that color on my squares, so I will use maybe orange one. Okay, I will use orange one. 5D, 5E, 5F, 5G, 6C, 6E, 6F, 6H, here, 7C, 7D, 7G, 7H, 8C, 8H, Okay. The brown, I don't have a brown, so I will take black. The brown we have 6D and 6G. Okay, and the red again. We will have 1E, 1F, 1G, and 1H, 2C, 2D, 2E, 2F, 2G, 3C, 3D. Oh, 3B, I have I forgotten about green on 3B. Sorry for that. Okay, 3C, 3D, E, F, G, H, 4B, 4I, 9E, and 9F. Okay, so everyone can see that we have Santa Claus. And this kind of things you can do with the whole group, that some can hold few red squares, some few brown squares on the white squares, whatever you want, colors, whatever colors do you want to use. And you can say, I don't know, maybe I will say, Bartosz, put the green one on the 9A, and then this child will come and do this. The second exercise, what we can do with this picture, we can ask children to code this picture. We can ask them, if we have a picture, we can ask them to code it with the colors and I forgot what this means. Coordinates. Okay. And use the coordinates, or use the kind of coding that we were using in facts exercise. Okay, that's all for me and for math. There are many activities with maps. There are online. You just have to Google it to see it, but these are most common ones. Okay, Bartosz, I will give you the floor now.
Okay, we are slowly reaching the end. We have now the final exercise that we'd like to show you. And in order to explain this exercise to you, I invited a friend. This is Stefan, one of my training partners in coding. And the last exercise is called, actually we called it peer robots. It's energizing exercise. We can use it to integrate people, to stimulate their energy during the session. And the exercise is actually quite simple. You will have to make a group with pupils, children from your group, groups of 2. So people will have to work in pairs, and one of the children in every pair will be the robot. So Stefan will be the robot in that case. The second one will be programmer or robot instructor. And the idea is that they will stand next to each other, front to back, and the person who will be on the back will have to give instructions to putting the hand on the left or right shoulder or on the head, on the back, and every pair they won't be able to use words, but they will have to, using their hands, putting on different sides of body, like shoulders, like the back of head, or the back itself. They will have to give commands, instruction, and help the people in front to go forward, because it's very important. The person who will be the robot will have to, by using scarf or special glasses, they will have to have their eyes covered, so they won't be able. They will have to blindly believe that they will go through this exercise, and when they are blinded, the only way that they would be able to proceed during this exercise is by giving clear and proper instruction from the person who will standing as the second in this working pair. So when the person will put hand on the head, for example, it means that Stefan will have to move forward. If the hand will be on the back, then we'll have to go backward. It will be on the left shoulder, he'll have to turn left. And if the hand will be put on the right shoulder, he will have to move right and then proceed. When you're working with this exercise on a bigger group, you will be able to create special tasks. For example, every group will have for example, a piece of paper with their number in it, and it could be located on a different side of the training room. And each of the group will have to find their number, collect it, and then, for example, return to the starting point with the additional objectives. Like, for example, when 2 robots collide with each other, that means that they're 2 broken and they have to wait, for example, 30 seconds for repairs. And then the group who will be the fastest one, who will achieve the goals, will be the winner. And of course, this will be challenging because they will have to achieve their goals, but at the same time, they will have to make sure that they won't collide with other robot or with wall or other places, because this way they will lost precious time. So that's kind of the exercise that you can do on the beginning of the training or in the middle to stimulate energy, and to also teach youth how important is to clear proper instruction on a specific order. That would be conclusion of the last exercise that we'd like to show you. I hope that you found, if not all, then at least some of this exercise useful. I will add Urszula to stream right now. And we still have a couple of minutes, so we are wondering if you have any additional questions. Maybe there are some exercises that you would like to recommend. You can always put a link in the comments, or if something wasn't clear enough, you have time. It is possible to write question right now. We are aware that there are around 40 seconds of delay in the streaming. This is the technical way the streaming works, so we will talk a bit, waiting for the questions, at least for the next 1 or 2 minutes. So if you can hear me in the next 40 seconds, then write question if you have any. As a conclusion remarks, why coding is important? Mostly because it stimulates a lot of
a lot of additional competences, not only digital skills and digital competences, but programming is very similar, and many people treat it similarly than, for example, teaching or learning how to play chess. It can allow you to discover a lot of soft skills like compute thinking, like analytical thinking, like creativity by looking for different solutions and trying to solve various problems that you have within the lessons. You're allowed to explore the depth of your creativity, of your innovative thinking, and it's not the programming lessons shouldn't be dedicated only for people who are thinking about IT or programming career. Basic of programming develops a soft skill which can be used on any branch, and it doesn't matter if somebody decides to go into programming or decide to go into creative design, marketing, business analytics. There are a lot of career paths, but programming can create a big influence no matter which way your child will or your pupils would like to proceed. So this is why we recommend and would like to empower you to think about including at least basic exercise like the examples that we showed you in various lessons, because it will be beneficial for the youth. Ula, would you like to add something to this?
Yes, of course. I want to add that programming is helping mathematical skills as well. Because we are working on the two-dimensional or three-dimensional area, and we have coordinates, we have straight, right, left. So we have to divide something, add something. We are working on the range of the numbers. So mathematics, I think it's very important in programming, and programming is very important in learning mathematics. I think. I don't know what you think, Bartosz.
I don't think that I have more things to add. To conclude, programming is learning programming may be important and beneficial for the youth. We would like to empower you, encourage you to try and experiment with different methods, not only the ones that requires tablets, computers, smartphones, but also the ideas that we showed you that requires, most of them at least, just a piece of paper, just a sheet of paper and some color blocks, and for some exercise, that's it.
Bartosz, I have a question. They don't have, but I have. Okay, I want to add to your last exercise that there is children have to have trust to each other. So they are blind, and you have to trust the people in pair. So I think that this is also the thing that they learn from this exercise. But I want to ask you something. I want to ask you which my exercise you like the best.
Which I like the best.
It's a difficult one.
It's a difficult question because all of them are different. But I think I will go with the one, the communication one with Lego bricks. Maybe not Lego bricks, but any kind.
Any kind of bricks, yes, yes.
I like this exercise because first I like Lego in general, And the second one, I actually tried similar exercise not only with papers and bricks, but sometimes also with mobile phones, with walkie-talkie. We try to make additional difficulties like some music on the background, some diffusion,
Some
which
noise, yes.
makes it even harder. So this is very people react to this exercise with a lot of fun, with well, a lot of engagement. And personally, I think that it's a very simple and clear way how you can show people how important is to have precise and concrete communication, that the commands operation should be simple. And sometimes you see how it's difficult to explain very simple ideas, very simple words, even if it's just about bricks and their position with each other. And I think that can, because of this exercise, people can not only learn to communicate the ideas in a better way, but they can also develop the deep understanding how it's sometimes difficult to explain even the simplest thing. And if we go into deeper about explaining, for example, our feelings, so this is one of the highest level of difficulty in explaining something, then they can realize how sometimes it is important to help. If you receive information, how important is to be active listener, because describing some ideas is extremely difficult. If you are active listener, you can help with each other and you can truly understand each other. And so this exercise is useful on many levels. And I think if I have to choose one of this exercise, I think I will go with this one. So maybe I will ask you the similar question.
Which I like the best. Everyone, this is for me. Every exercise was fun and was engaging. I think that with numbers, the binary one was great, but I will choose the cookbook eventually, because this activity, this cookbook, can show children non-related with programming, with computers, how the program should work, how the program should look like. I also sometimes took board game and the instruction to the board game. For example, the snakes and the ladders, I think it's known all over the world. So I think you will all know what board game I'm talking about.
One of the oldest game known.
Yes, there we have the conditions, very well explained conditions. When you stand on the head of the snake, you have to slide down, and when you reach the down of the ladder, you can climb up. So there is condition, and the same was in this exercise with cookbook, but you explained many more elements of programming in this exercise, and that I think is very good exercise. I like it. I love it.
Great. Thank you. Okay, we are slowly reaching our time we had for this webinar. I think it was interesting. 2 hours. I hope so. That it was,
I hope so too. For me, it was interesting.
It was a bit stressful for us. Yes. I think it's one of the first online webinars, but I hope that you've enjoyed it. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, write on the comments. After the movie ends, we will try to edit it and answer all of the questions which may be seen, which we will see in the future. So thank you, and have
Thank
a
you.
great weekend, which is
Thank you very much.
starting now.
Bye bye.